This video and others like it are funded by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. Okay, guys. Happy New Year. It is 2024, and in Colombia, there are new mayors all over the country. That also means new laws. Some of you ain't going to be happy. Let's follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. I'm DC Rob, back from DC. Rough ride. Rough ride there, rough ride back. But you saw the good news. The Stevenson brothers are officially free, and I got to meet one of them, got to shake his hand, give him a hug, and welcome him home. Blessings. That day of that night was awesome. I'm going to tell that story in a little more detail and hopefully get an interview from them soon. But this news just popped up, and I feel like you may want to know about it. Okay, I'm going to entitle this one, New Mayors, New Laws. First of all, we have a new mayor in Medellin, Colombia. His name is Federico Gutierrez, and he's starting his new rules. As of today, or as of tonight, the 2nd, there will be no more peek and play. That means pico y placa. That means the even and off days for the license tags. That means every car that's there is able to get on the road at the exact same time. So not sure how long this is going to be, but it shall be. And I'm sure many more new rules will be passing out soon, rules and laws. But the one that I know that you guys are going to want to hear right now is the one from Cartagena. There's a new mayor, and he's starting off strong. Let's just jump into it. The 6 public order restrictions for the Historic Center of Cartagena, the mayor of Cartagena, Dumek Turbay, issued a decree in order to counteract human trafficking and the commercialization of narcotics. On his first day as a leader of the people of Cartagena, Mayor Dumek Turbay issued Decree 0003 of 2024, which contains several measures that aim to reestablish public order in the Historic Center of Cartagena, especially in what has to do with sex tourism, human trafficking, and drug marketing and trafficking. In the norm, which also emphasizes the protection of children and adolescents, 6 mandatory restrictions stand out. El Universal tells you what they are. Number 1, the consumption of psychoactive substances and or narcotics is prohibited in the areas of public space of the Historic Center. The decree also establishes that the competent authorities may carry out the provisional closure of establishments that allow their clients to consume psychoactive substances, including personal doses, as well as alcoholic beverages in public spaces. The practice of prostitution or similar activities in this area of public space of the Historic Center is suspended. The sale or promotion of sexual services also prohibited, and the authorities may temporarily close establishments that promote or allow the constraint of prostitution. The standard clarifies to guarantee the exercise the rights of those who are sex workers, the feasibility of specifying specific areas, zones, or sites for the location, conditions, and restrictions for the development of prostitution or related activities will be studied. 3. The entry of private vehicles and taxis to the Historic Center of Cartagena is restricted according to a mobility plan adopted by the District Transit Authority. 4. The mobility of people is restricted on Calle de la Armadura, Calle Cabal, Calle de Colegio, Calle de Porvenir, and Plaza de los Coches between 6 p.m. and 2 a.m. the next day. Parking of people and carrying out street sales in the public space of these areas is prohibited. 5. The presence of boys, girls, and adolescents under 16 years of age in the Historic Center is restricted after 8 p.m., with the exception of those who are in the company of their parents or legal guardians. There will be entry and exit controls for people in the Historic Center. 6. Tours provided may not offer plans that include sexual exploitation of minors. They must adopt measures to prevent their workers, dependents, or intermediaries from offering tourist guidance or sexual contacts with minors. Okay, I mean, these seem obvious to me, especially at least 4 out of these 6. But I know some of you people aren't going to be happy about it. But the main reason I want to come back on this side with my very short commentary is criminals are that. this is a new change. You need to change because the criminals are changing. Okay. There is crime that's associated with what's going on out there now. Now things have changed, at least temporarily, things have changed. Well, you may have a flight tomorrow. You may be there now. If you're planning on going to Cartagena, or if you're there, you need to adapt on the spot. What you going to do? I mean, and are you still going to go? Because think about it. Those who run the show anyway are adapting like right now. Like if this takes into effect tonight, the criminals will take in effect tonight also. Okay, so keep that in mind. I had a whole bunch of stories that I expected to roll out today, but this one took precedence because a lot of you guys go to Cartagena. Just as many go to Medellin. I don't know if this means more people are going to end up in Medellin, which is going to make that worse. Again, that's just more fish in the barrel. More people who are not prepared to go there and are not prepared for what happens there and not know the game at all. So anyway, on a side note, again, I am aware of a bunch of videos, probably 3 or 4 videos of people getting drugged and robbed. I'm going to put this out. I'm just going to assume they're going to flag this video just from the topic. But I've seen those videos. I think I noticed that 3 of them are YouTubers. Not sure if that means anything. Does that mean anything? But there was another one, not even of these 4, that said that he got drugged and robbed. There's another one. I'm not going to say his name because, first of all, I don't remember and don't care. But he's 23 years old. And I'm not sure if he's from London or whatever, but he's got a couple of partners with him. All 3 of them wearing gold or silver chains. All of them walking around showing parquilleras as if this is a place, guys. Okay, guys, you need to come here. This is rocking. Look at all the girls, giving these girls all these hugs and stuff. And all these girls are pre-pago. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to guess that 95% of them, if they were aware he was going, I'm going to say that, and the reason they're allowing you to hug up on him, because a regular girl on the street, you're not going to walk up and give them a hug. No, it ain't going to happen. It's not how they move there. Anyway, so, I mean, YouTubers, I mean, I've gone over one question that was asked for me, and that's for security. I've given security. Again, I don't make any money from this. I'm not going to make money off of somebody staying safe. So if you need that, if you are a YouTuber, you are the ones that, number one, that this is focused on. Okay, you're the one that is paying attention to what you're saying on camera. But if you're going to walk around with your cell phone and your silver chains, I mean, you'll be in here soon. I'll be reading your story soon, and I hope it's minimal. Okay, that's all I can say. But if you're going to walk around like that, you're risking your life, and not just that, but you're showing everybody back home in your home country that it is all well, and it's party, and the situation is good. Come on down. And you're telling these people who are not prepared. Remember, when you watch videos like that, YouTube does not show you videos like me. Okay, or Razor Race. You're not going to see our videos. Only when you get it. I mean, again, you get into the butt mix of all of the videos of all the girls walking around just showing girls butts, and you're getting 40,000 hits in one day. And more people are going every day to want to be a YouTuber. That's right. I'm talking to you because and I'm talking to you, the new guy that just got there that said before he goes, he's going to be a YouTuber. Put all the cameras, got all the microphones, and he's going to walk around Parquilleras and going to film everything. And 3 of these 4 that got drugged and robbed were people who recorded. One of the stories I'm going to tell you, I don't buy 100%, but that's just me. That's just me. Again, I don't believe everything I hear. And I don't report on and didn't report on any of those because it wasn't on the news. If it was on the news, I would have reported. One of them showed that his story was on the news, but somehow I missed it, or it was the same one, didn't know it was him. But be careful, guys. It is not all rosy. It is still dangerous. And I expected to roll out more that Medellin has said that their homicide rate has dropped. I think there's 16 less cases. Yeah, last year, 2020, or the year before, it was 2022, there were 375 cases. 375 murders in the city, but in 2023 there were 16 less. So the number is actually less. That's not talking about you though. I'm talking to tourists, and that's what this channel is for: tourists and expats who want to know what's going on there and what's going on before you get there and when you come back. But for us, for tourists, the number actually went up by, I want to say 4 or 5. I forget the numbers. Don't quote me on any of this right now, because I'm on this story of Cartagena. Some of you people are not going to be happy. I get that. Also, another note, and I'm going to squeeze some of those stories on here. And this one is that I've been told, I don't know for sure, but I've been told by one person, so if anybody else can duplicate this, that the scammer is in Cartagena. Yeah. Okay. You know who the scammer is. It's not the guy who threatened me that I can't come back in the country. But what would be the odds if they knew each other? You know, I hope one thing, taught you guys one thing, that the story that I held for the brothers, I had to hold that news that they were free for a while. People would ask me questions and I would have to say, and you know who you are, I'd have to say, prayer works, stay in faith, because I didn't know for sure. I mean, I wanted them back on this soil, and still today, only one is on this soil. So I had to keep that quiet, and what I said was the truth. I'm reaching out to the dad again, and is there anything I can tell? Is there anything I can put out? But until both were away and safe, and I'm going to get into it more in detail, but I couldn't say anything. So if anything, that should tell you guys I can keep a secret. Okay. So I can keep a secret. If you need to pass on anything, any information, and you think I can be of any assistance, let me know. dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Don't send it anywhere else, not to social media. I mean, I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm just back from that trip, and I'm still tore down. I'm still working on getting back to normal, but that trip was a hella trip. And that drive, 30 hours going, 27 coming back, 4 hours sleep both directions in the car. It was a rough one, and I was by myself. Was it worth it? Abso-freaking-lutely. So thank you to everyone who assisted me with this trip. For anybody who donated $2, $10, $15 to my channel overall, even over the month, that's where that money went towards that trip. Thank you to my mom for helping me. Shout out to Lynn. Shout out to my cousin, Mike, to my cousin and his lovely wife, Lisa, who is my cousin also. I mean, they've been together so long. Lisa is my cousin too. So they put me up, to my friend Buck, to Dave, and to everybody else that I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see either of my sisters. Mr. Stevenson was like secret squirrel there for a couple of days, and he wouldn't let me know what the surprise was. Just that we were going to meet, we were going to talk, and it was just as good as that he told me on my birthday. And I kept thinking, he told me on my birthday, I found out they were both free. But I'm like, how much better could it be other than they're there? Or the guy that put them there is in jail. So I didn't know what it was until I walked in the restaurant and saw John. And man, I can't tell you. Blessings. Thanks again thanks again for all of you guys for your prayers and good vibes. Prayers work. Good vibes, thoughts, positive prayers work. Okay? It works. This is truly a miracle. I mean, there's a lot to this story that I don't even know. And there's way more that you don't know, because I held the second half of the story, or one half of the story, after they got switched to other prisons and Ronell went to another hospital. I stopped updating after that. This stuff I knew needed to be quiet until later. So I held off on that. Anyway, I didn't expect to be on this long. I want to hold all that for another video. But again, the scammer was spotted in Cartagena. If somebody else sees him, let me know. Hopefully I'm putting a picture up of him right now. And again, the guy, this John Irish or John Warinsky, whatever, the guy who threatened me that I can't come back to Colombia, there's a power in YouTube that you guys need to know. You guys, a lot of you guys step up. Whenever I ask a question like, we need to make this story into a book or a movie. Shout out to the 2 people that reached out to me. I'm so blessed. Shout out to everybody who sent all the emails to the representatives, who made the phone calls to the brothers representatives back here. Man, I'm overwhelmed. If this channel shuts down today, that one thing served its purpose, man. I can't tell you. Man, this was a crazy week. I drove all the way to DC and got the best news that I've had, man, in years. I told you when I got that news, then my life will be worthwhile. So I've given back my little piece of this puzzle. If it helped in any way, man, I'm overwhelmed. I'm blessed. And shout out to O again. O, my researcher, man. Again, no one's going to ever know until they start asking questions about the book. I hope they ask me about him because let me tell you, man, that's what kept me even keel. And I till today, he's like, Rob, did you call Maria or Joanne? I'm like, who's Maria? Who's Joanne? He goes, you remember from remember? Oh. I mean, he kept me organized, or he stayed organized enough to keep my story straight. Anyway, I put out enough and I've talked too long. Just remember, you heard the stories from Cartagena. New mayors, new rules. New mayors, new laws. Okay. New mayors, new laws. Be prepared when you get there because the people there are waiting for you and they're switching the schemes up now. Believe it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember to travel, but travel safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant day.
Okay, hold on, guys. Right quick. If you need to have things shipped to Colombia, shipped to someone else, or shipped to yourself to Colombia from the United States, make sure you reach out to CaribbeanShipper.com. CaribbeanShipper.com. The contact information is coming next. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.
Thanks for hitting like. You did the right thing by hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. DC Born Rob.
Okay, guys, another day, another trip. I'm getting ready to hit the road. And guess what? One product I'm taking with me. That's right. It's the Epica Travel Adapter. It's going with me wherever I go. You need to do the same.